So, surprise, surprise, we are back here on Timbergold Trails, still looking for that giant non-typical mule deer buck. And on this hunt, whether it's Timbergold or Loggers Point, we've gotten so many insane trophies, so hopefully that can continue today, maybe even with the 400 non-tip itself. And not a bad way to get started here, got a whole bunch of bucks coming in. That guy back there, probably the best one, and he kind of got lost in the water, so I think, as unfortunate as it is, probably we got to start with the 7x6 So we actually started this hunt at 5 a.m. I almost always start at 6 a.m. on Timbergold, and I just wanted to see if that maybe makes any difference for buck and maybe bull encounters later on in the hunt. I mean, we could try to stick him at distance, because this buck is just standing here. Can we get away with that? If we can get him to like 40, I'd feel okay with that, and I'd much prefer to not spook everything else around. Let's see what's going to happen here. He's at like 45 now, so a little bit of patience probably going to help us out, at least in terms of what we spook. And if we luck out here, the big one might get here first. So he just stopped. The smaller buck's moving our way. I really prefer to not come to full draw when the deer we're trying to take is standing still, but he's far enough away, I think we can do this. And if that small buck gets much closer, we're going to be in trouble. So right about 30 meters, he stopped. That shot went exactly where we wanted. And minus the fact that we spooked the rest of this group, everything else around here should have no idea anything just happened. So basically, given the situation, the perfect start. Nice big frame buck, probably 180 or something like that. Couple of short tines, but it was lung and liver. 181 score. Pretty good deal to get us started here on Timbergold. And there even was another buck, basically right across the lake from us. So maybe this could have worked out. I can hear him. I still can't see him. He has to be like right here. Maybe starting at 5 a.m. didn't help us too much here as far as lighting. Oh, there he is. Okay. Didn't see any huge antler. I was gonna say, it sounded like he was right on us, but looks like maybe a 120, 130. Just gonna go ahead and get that shot in there. And actually, it took so long for him to come in. That original group of bucks that we shot the 181 from, another one from that grunted, and I think they might be coming back. So, gonna have to get a decent setup for that. Hard shot that guy, though, not bad at 12 meters. 122 for him. But the way this hill lays, probably we want to try to get up here real quick. I mean, there are deer coming from all directions right now. That little guy, I think, was with that group. But then, the grunt that we got was back here. Maybe they're like in the process of grouping back up. I don't know that this is going to go particularly well. That guy's going to end up just seeing us. I mean, there's no way we get them both. Yeah, that's going to send him running, but I'd rather get something if we're going to spook bucks than get nothing. The only bad thing is, I wanted to go towards that little deployable tower we have set up. 60 kilo, and less antler than that, 54 inches. We'll maybe just kind of change our route a little bit. I was going to go to the tower and then down. Let's instead just loop up past this lake and then get down to the river. I mean, how about we just take out every tiny buck? We got another 30 to 60, probably going to be in that 50-55 range again. At the very least, shooting's been on par and we haven't had to track stuff through the dark. That's the other thing early in hunts like this. When we do expect to be encountering a lot of animals, making decent shots and not having to track stuff all over the map really helps. 52 for him, so we've been moving backwards, but at least there was a buck up towards this lake where we're going. Kind of an interesting deal here. Got a real nice looking Rocky Mountain elk coming in, but all those wolves back there, surprisingly, don't have him on the run. He spotted us, so we're going to get that shot off quickly. Wolves are going to take off. I don't see any that look absolutely giant, but two back tines. I think kind of shortish brow tines, to be honest. Probably a 370 or thereabouts. Definitely has the frame to be a little bit better. That shot right along the neck, too, looks a little bit wild. Neckbone 3, lung and intestine. He's going to be 369. Not half bad. And now we have a bit of a decision to make. We're at the Y in the river. I definitely want to get up here and look for Pumas, but we're so early in the day still. I think we save this for later and actually fast travel over to here, eventually work our way up there, and maybe when we can see a little bit better, then we worry about trying to hunt Pumas in the distance. And we've got another decent bull coming in, this time only up to 330. Short tine, really nice back tine on that one side, but since he's moving again, We'll go ahead and try to get the full draw, and now we can see it's plenty light enough. 200 meters, 250 meters, something like that. I don't think spotting a puma would be a problem. And fortunately, we didn't have it, but when we fast traveled earlier, I did grab the collar, so should we encounter any, we'll be all good for that. This guy, though, probably 320. I gotta think he's close to that top end. Gonna be 297, smaller than I thought. But nonetheless, I don't think we can fast travel just yet. Got a couple of minutes, but we'll be fast traveling to here and then working our way up the west side of the river. And naturally, right up at the fast travel timer, we not only have one bonus buck, but another one grunted. See all these tracks that are highlighted right now? It's all from the same deer, so clearly he's just been living here. But that's actually up on our right, so kind of through a tree, but got that guy down. Other buck should be coming in. And it's actually a real nice buck, 170 to 200. Glad we've taken the time to wait. And there's even another grunt now back behind us that we gotta wait on. So, gonna try to get this guy down as well. That'll do just fine. And it's right down the road here. We don't even have to move. Actually, that's him. Want to make sure he's alone before we just blast him with the gun. But in the interest of getting going here, probably we'll just go ahead and do that. So let's get these 7.64 ready. Did this earlier, ended up not using it. I think this time we're going to go ahead and take this shot. Really cool sounding gun too. I kind of forgot about that, and maybe that'll be a good reason to try to use it more if we find any kind of puma or anything as we go north. Definitely something we'll be using for that, but this guy's certainly going to be a little shy of 200. Lung, liver, and test, I don't know how he did that. He's a 184. This one down here, probably 150 something. Definitely doesn't look half bad. One short tine, but pretty decent tine length throughout. That guy was a normal shot, double lung. He's going to be 153. Little run down this way and we can finally make that jump. And this guy, of course, is going to be the smallest of the three. Of course, we have a doe calling too. We got him lung and liver. And just because of where we want to go, we're not even fast traveling that far. Just a little jump over to here. See if we get anything as we fast travel. Bull up, not exactly what I expected, but right down the road we want to go, so that'll work. And I mean, if we were looking for numbers, plenty of mule deer bucks out here, actually a spike. And then the elk that bugled when we fast traveled. Pretty average, I would say. Maybe better than that one we shot earlier, despite weaker back tines. Bit of a delayed drop there. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to smoke that spike. I think we probably will. He's 20 to 45, but gets us an opportunity here at that 7.64 go off again. Ooh, he stopped a little bit quicker than I thought, but still, I think ended up getting him through both lungs. Sort of hate to spook everything as we just fast traveled, but the plan really is to get north of here fairly quickly, so not a big deal. That's a 320, and then our spike should be about 300 inches smaller than that. It's not every day we get an opportunity to take a spike. I think like 24 is maybe the smallest mule deer spike I've ever had. Double lung, that is a 24 and a low 24 of that. Definitely gonna get a trophy photo of that giant. And I think this will suffice. Real quick though, the reason he scored that low, that little deduction right there probably would have been a 25, 25 and a half, something like that. Instead, ends up being a real low 24, probably the smallest mule deer we've ever shot. The quest out here is, of course, to get the biggest one ever. We did the opposite of that, so at least we've accomplished something. So unfortunately, no pumas, and ultimately, we'd end up running out of time for this hunt. So I decided to go back out and spend a bit more time on Timbergold Trails, and sometimes that restart is all it takes. That is not a bad looking wolf. He's up to 85 kilo, 16 to 17, and he's got that big old head on him, but the question is he closer to the 85 kilo mark or the 75 kilo mark? Every time we shoot a big wolf, we talk about this. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Basically, the optics of how big the skull is are dependent on comparing it to the size of the body. But if we want to do a skull mount of that, there's going to be a bullet hole in it, which is kind of cool. I don't hate it, but we've generally avoided it with everything else other than the first time we ever tested it, I think with an elk, which has since been replaced. Looking at this guy though, not bad. 16.4, 16.5 is our goal. He's only 80 kilo. He is though 16.5. Low weight, frankly. Maybe that's why his head looks so big. I mean, we gotta do it. 16.5 is exactly what we're after. Not a bad deal at all. And now we're gonna have a bullet hole wolf skull added to our trophy lodge. So a bit more thinking there wouldn't hurt anybody. But I wanted to make sure we got the trophy shot where we can see the impact. And, you know, a little bit of a backstory, I guess. For that skull, when we place it in the lodge, we've been slowly replacing, you know, when wolf skulls came out, we had a bunch of 16, 16.1, stuff like that in the lodge. I think for wolf skulls generally, not even just placeholders, 16.5 is the number I want. So not only will that get rid of a much weaker old one, but that's more of a permanent kind of addition, not bad. So here we are back in our Texas lodge, and I realized all of these skull table mounts now, we have filled with 16.5 plus wolf skulls. The one that we got today at 16.51 was a little bit lower than all the ones that we had displayed. However, these what are called small round platforms, despite this one not being round, there's a whole bunch of them up here that I didn't even know about. So when we go small round platform on the second floor, there's all of these, and like, could we put these 16.3s, these old ones we've taken down back? Sure, but I don't see any point in it when we were trying to replace them the entire time. So we've got the new one on this little pedestal here, and I think they're all these kind of pedestal mounts that only appear when you place it, and that's why I didn't know they existed. By the way, there's a little bullet hole in the side of the skull there where we shot that one, so that was pretty cool. And like I said, I'm not sure we even would have discovered the fact that those existed until who knows when, if we didn't shoot that wolf today. So really worked out in our favor. Got a couple of 16.5s from this year, actually darn near the same score, side by side, and a bunch more to add. We talked about when we killed that gray puma at the entrance. I want to get a trophy puma skull, or maybe multiple, in that lodge. There's potential for grizzly bears out here on Timbergold Trails, maybe going back to other maps, trying to get wild boar and stuff as well. All of a sudden, there's even more potential with this Texas lodge that I didn't even know existed, and I'm pretty darn excited about that. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.